Hey guys, welcome back to our PAX East coverage with Ian at the Screenwave Media booth with all things awesome. We got Iron Meat.
Yep.
We got Eagle Island.
Yep.
We got AVGN 1 and 2.
Yep.
We got Dodo Peak.
Yep. Yeah.
All great things.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about. Yeah.
And you announced recently some Eagle Island DLC.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that game.
Yeah.
One of the game of the years for 2019.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, that means a lot to us. Like we put a lot of. It was a small team. You know, we picked up a.
Hi, Pixel Nix.
Hey, Nick. You're probably sleeping right now, but hey, Nick.
Get your ass over here, lazy ass.
Well, we picked up quite a few accolades and a positive praise from the community, especially as a first-time publisher and Nick as a first-time developer. Just a lot of love, like support from people in the industry, and then also a really dedicated fan base on our Discord. It was really cool. Like one thing that we were always just focused on, that's now becoming part of the greater conversation, is user accessibility. Like from day one, that was always part of what we wanted to do with Eagle Island, and it happened to be just like in the right place at the right time with that, with more and more studios and development teams looking at that seriously, because they want, everybody should be able to play games. There was an internet poll where we were put up against Madden 2020 and Mortal Kombat 11, and then we won it, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, that's great, yeah. So,
my God, I've renewed faith in video gamers right now. So
I want fan art.
Making the right decisions.
I want fan art of Doom Guy and Shang Tsung hanging out with Ko and Koji. But yeah, as far as what we're doing now, so Eagle Island is coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, and we're working with first parties. So we're in that in between generation, platform generations right now. We don't know what the future is going to be going to mean for consoles, but we're working with all the first parties to see, if we can get it on the newer platforms, or if whatever their technology is. We're working with them for that, and I'm really excited. But what we're going to do with Eagle Island is, in the game, not so much a spoiler because it's at the end of the first act of the game.
Right.
There's a resort that you run by, and early in the game, when the game came out, a lot of people were asking hey, I can't get inside that resort. That hotel is closed.
I
saw it in the trailer. Why? Is it just not working? There's a gate there. So that's what this DLC is. We're going to introduce everybody to a new inhabitant on the island. She actually was there way before Quill, and she's in that hotel, and she is on her own adventure that may or may not be happening at the same time as the main Eagle Island adventure.
Right.
There's a little bit of what they say. You have to say in the UK, the timey-wimey, wibbly wobbly thing going on.
Yeah, sure.
But it's a precocious little girl with her own bird, a kookaburra named Kusako, and she gets into some mischief inside that resort that drastically alters the island itself.
Oh boy.
And it's a completely different experience. So where Eagle Island was like a Banjo-Kazooie Metroidvania roguelike, this is more of a traditional Super
Nintendo.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. This is more of your traditional, SNES platformer. We're looking about over 60 levels so far. There's a lot of levels that we're pairing through right now, but they're handmade levels, so they're not proc gen. Yeah, they're each their own thing.
I love that.
There's more than just a little tongue-in-cheek nod to games that we all love, and little shout-outs to other development teams and a lot of other properties, because this new character basically breaks reality. So her new bird has the same elemental abilities as Koji. But Kusako is going to find their own feathers that give you some really, really, very familiar powers, to the point that you're wait, what game am I playing now?
I still want that last boss DLC. Yeah, an epic bird. I want those powers in the game.
In fact, I'll show you guys off camera what the intro looks like too.
Off camera.
Yeah.
So Iron Meat.
So we.
Looks amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's Iron Maiden, heavy metal, Contra, Metal Slug.
I like to think Iron Meat is
Darkstalkers, that sort of aesthetic.
What we all drew and scribbled on our notebooks in junior high. It's literally that as a game.
Dead shit.
Yeah. Just I just played Contra and I watched Beavis and Butthead all night, and Slayer rules, and it's literally that. We're not gonna hide the influences. We wear it on our sleeves. It's Iron Meat was heavily inspired by Contra. It's from a single developer out of St. Petersburg, Russia, right?
Yeah, tell that story.
Yeah,
that is a great story.
So Ivan, the creator of Iron Meat, emailed us a build and a 2-sentence just in Google translated just introduction as we were coming to PAX East last year, just saying I'm a big fan of Angry Video Game Nerd, who is a channel that our parent company produces. I love Contra. It would mean a lot to me if they played it and like told me what they think about it. So we weren't sure what to think of, like an email with an executable attached to it. That's normally like
in Soviet Russia, gameplay you.
Yeah. So took the plunge and opened it up, and it was a very, very well made, essentially like Contra meets Mega Turrican, fan game. But we're like, this is more than a fan game. Like, this has chops.
Yeah.
So Ryan, the co-owner and founder of our company, just reached out to him. Like, we had a Discord call, like just conversation. Like, what do you want to do with this? Like, what's the scope?
Yeah.
What is it worth the? Like, if you were to look for investment, like, what were you looking for? And everything made perfect sense. Like, it's so, like, we're not trying to tell, we're not trying to tell, like, write Shakespeare in video game form. Like, it's literally
You're
the
just
thing.
And shooting shit.
It's the thing with like army guys.
Yeah.
And our producer came aboard around the same time, and he's a really good friend of mine of about 20 years. And he comes from the AAA space. He's worked on a lot of like top tier AAA games with like Bandai Namco, Splatterhouse, Dark Souls. He was with TTG, like he was with Bungie, like, and so he knows how to just coax everything out of first time devs. And looking at each other's social media, when we all realized our common denominator was like, we're all into horror, anime, and metal. I'm like, oh, there's a game right here. So it's been a blast. Like mechanically, like we know how, like what we want to do with it. But now it's just like, what's the most like radical guitar solo, blood splattering 1990s stuff we can throw into a shooter? And excuse me. This is it right now on the floor for PAX East. We only have the single player mode on display here, but we're in the middle of testing the 2-player simultaneous. You have to have 2-player simultaneous co-op.
It's gonna be a Contra game.
Yeah, you have to have that, and it ties in very closely with how they
yell at when you die. To blame them.
Yeah, and a lot of the power-ups and the way that the attacks work, like there's some things for for 2-player simultaneous play. Excuse me, I'm a little tongue-tied, but we're rebalancing, we're re-examining all the levels to see like how they flow when 2 people are playing them.
Gotcha.
And
so when we play this masterpiece in the making.
It's coming out really soon, probably sooner than later. It's about to start its testing in earnest. So we're looking at, like, realistically, I would say like very realistically early July. Like early July before August, like if like fingers crossed, like it goes through compliance and it doesn't break everyone's Switches or Xbox Ones or PC. Like it runs.
It'll break controllers.
It'll break controllers. Yeah, it's like there's a reason why you start with 30 lives. Like there's no Contra code. You just start with 30 lives. There's a storyline reason why, and I don't want to spoil. I think everyone should check it out themselves until we have that. Yeah.
R.I.P. Konami code guy. He passed.
Yeah, he just recently passed away. Yeah.
What a fitting tribute.
We should actually
give you 30 lives off the bat.
Yeah, we should put in 71. I think that's a nice tribute because that's
the opposite.
Yeah, you get
All right.
He gave me an idea.
Yeah.
He gave me a really good idea. Yeah.
All from the Dual Screens group.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ian. Thank you so much.
It's great seeing you guys. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.
All right. And that's Iron Meat, Eagle Island, AVGN, which is also coming out soon.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. Honestly, almost around the same timeline. So 1 and 2, and also.
We're not done yet.
Yeah. The levels that we have on display here, no one's ever played these before. They're brand new levels. So it's really funny when people are like, "Oh, I know this level." I'm like, no, you don't. This level didn't exist till last Tuesday. It's like, yeah.
So we'll dive in right now. But Ian, thank you so much.
Once again, thanks guys. Thanks for having me on. Thanks.